the funniness and start doing read alouds a little bit. So today I'm going to be reading Just Under the Clouds. I'll probably post a video of this read aloud a day, along with, or maybe 2 a day, along with sometimes a little bit of my regular funny videos. Chapter 1. Mom's calling and I'm counting. My backpack's tied on my back up here in the tree. Knees tucked neat over the branches. Bare feet dangling. 1, 2, 3. I soar. Out and then down I'm at the dirt. Bouncing on the tree's roots while Adair spreads out on a clump of Brooklyn brown grass like a snow angel without the snow. Coming, I shout. I scoop up Adair's hand. Come on, you. Her breath is caught. She's got a bad habit of holding it. Adair, I stomp. But her eyes are wide and they shine like gray glass. The sun's in them, all pretty sparkling the way light hits water. Adair? I close my eyes and wish her breath free. She lets go of it and squirms her hand out of mine. Then she takes off running toward Mom, who will take us from the park back to Inna's house. We've never lived in a shelter before, and even if we've never lived much of anywhere for too long, it feels like for the first time we don't have a home. We're homeless, for real. Cora, I thought I told you to quit climbing. You've got to keep an eye on your sister after school, Mom scolds as I chase behind. Adair is buried in the limp of Mom's shirt. I argue, but I know it's no use. I take Mom's hand in mine. It always feels like I've got... Shut up, This is for you too. They're gonna see your face. Shut up. That's my brother. Sorry, guys. She smiles, you'll see. Then she leans down so her whispers at my messy hair. What do we have today? I open up my own hand. A butterfly. She squeezes it tight because we might not have a ton of money or clothes, but we have a modern butterfly I drew in blue ink right there on my palm. We walk the sidewalks to Inna's house. Adair and I march on opposite sides of Mom. I call out trees as we pass. Pin oak, honey locust, linden, maple. The female ginkgo drops berries that smell awful. I gave that one name a long time ago. It's called the vomit tree. When you pass one, you better hold your nose. What's that? Mom asks, pointing at a piney-looking tree. I reach up and run its prickle over my thumb to count how many needles are bunched together on each branch. A white pine, I say fast. She shakes her head in surprise. How can you tell? 5 needles per bundle. I grin while she squeezes my hand again. She knows I've studied the photographs Daddy pasted in the field. Paste in his field journal, which I call my tree book. She knows I've got my eye out for all plants and trees I can find. Like always. Come on now. I was thinking maybe is there a picture of the author? Maybe one day I'll show y'all a picture of the author. I'll do like a little review. Okay. What's that? Mom asked, pointing at a piney-looking tree. Oh. Like always, Adair stops a few thousand times during our 10-minute walk. She looks toward the sky, her chin sailing up like a flyaway balloon. I keep my sighs secret, loud enough in my head so only I can hear them. We're getting nowhere fast, and even if anything in me is itching to complain, I don't say a word. Adair was born special, Mom says. She tells the stories like it's a legend. She talks about the wind that night and its quickening swirl, talks about the labor, long and uneasy, Adair turning circles in her womb. She talks about the moment Adair came into the world without a sound. Not blue, no more like lavender. Like sunset. And in that moment, all the oxygen gone from the world, the trees forgetting to breathe their gift, Adair forgetting too. She lost oxygen to the brain, but Mom doesn't call it a disadvantage like others do. Adair sees things a different way. She always says, it's like all of us see from here. She places her hand at the level of her heart, and Adair sees from up here. She sends her arms soaring. Up where? That's what I always wonder. We stop at the corner. In the distance, the big cranes dangle a bunch of car parts. The scrap metal piles are like rolling hills just past the BQE. We leave near the canal now, and I like it. The water might smell of dirt and weeds and rot, but when you stare at it real close, there's a looping oil swirl, and it looks like a broken rainbow nobody sees. Inside Ennis' house, the stairwell lights are burned out, and the glass is split. Old Lou hovers his eyes like two brown beetles as Mom pushes us past. Don't linger, she says. We walk the dirty floor past the stack of cockroach, which has been there for 3 days, I counted. Mom's hand stiffens, then tightens like it always does. She squeezes my butterfly palm flat, and everything in me knows better than to complain. As we climb up the stairs, Mrs. Johnson shouts from behind the door with a voice that stomps the air, and Fredsy's place smells like sweet onions and oatmeal. My stomach starts roaring, and in my head I tell her to quiet down, but it doesn't listen. When we get to 5, my legs are burning, and my sunflower backpack feels so heavy it's like it's full of sinking rocks. Mom holds Adair's backpack for her, the one I picked out for her at Wink discount. I made sure it was bright blue like the sky. The hall's dark and narrow, and we file through. Mom's hand still crushing mine. It smells like cat pee. It's a trick, Mom says, to keep the mice away. Mom said you can buy all you want at places like Miss L. Lee's grocery. She says it's called a predator pee. But we've got our own cat, Suki, even if she's more Adair's than mine, sticking like glued to her and hissing at me. Mom jiggles the keys and opens the lock. Suki takes one look at me and skitters underneath the quilt, which only draws attention to our messy mattress on the floor. Mom shakes her head, guides us in, and deadbolts the door. I told you to make the bed. What's the sense of making a bed when you're just going to get right back in it? Mom gives that don't get smart with me kind of look, and I run around the mattress pulling the sheets real fast so they flutter, puff up, and settle down. That always cracks Adair up, so I flip them high again, and she's got this sniffy laugh that always makes Mom smile. Adair throws herself on the settling sheets. Her laughs are Adair throws herself on the settling sheets. Her laughs are trampled and caught. I pull up the candy-colored quilt over her. Quick. I love how soft it is from the years of washing. Then I sit gently on her bony legs, pretending she's not even there. I announce it real loud. Bed's made. Adair laughs and squirms, and Mom plays along too. She says, Cora, I can't find Adair. Do you know where she is? Until Adair is wriggling and laughing and poking her head out, her hair falling over her eyes in a tangle. It makes me smile when she smiles, sweet and pink. Her voice is soft like always, even if she sounds less like she's 10 and more like a baby. I'm right here. You're right here, I say. Yeah. Then she runs for her butterfly wings, flips them over her shoulders, and heads to the open window. She sits next to the broken screen and sets out peanuts on the ledge. She rests her elbows and waits for her family of crows. Adair, stop that, Mom scolds. Mom doesn't know what we know, that our old place on Hoyt Street that came and left Adair gifts. She got a silver squirrel button and a crooked earring, which she keeps in an old tea box on the sill. We're wondering when the crows at Enos' house will start leaving things too. I notice the curtains are different and I point. They're pink, I marvel. This morning's project. When Mom gets bored of the place, she starts it on art projects, but no matter how many ways she tries to make the place look like home, she's never satisfied. She holds up her stern hands. I dyed them with beet juice. Isn't that amazing? I've grown no more beets. We've been eating them for days from boxes at the Red Hook farm. They've turned my pea a watercolor pink swirl. They're beautiful, Mom says, little purple moons. A violet petal sits beneath the dripping curtains in the shape of a lopsided heart. For 6 years since Daddy died, we've been making homes where we can get them, from place to place. Sometimes we cuddle up on Mom's artist friends' couches. Once we rode back and forth on the Ford train all night, looking at the fluorescent lights like they were stars. Until a few months ago, we stayed the longest we ever stayed anywhere. Even if it was only one room at Hoyt Street in Carroll Gardens, it was ours, and sun poured in the mall. And Mom painted murals on the walls, and I loved it so much I thought it'd be a forever home. Until one day Mom sat me down and said, we can't keep up, not every month. When I asked, keep what up? She said rent, and it felt like before she could say anything else, we were tossed out with only our blankets and things that matter, like my tree book and Adair's butterfly wings, which is more in dirt than. That's how we ended up here at Ina's house. We're on a list, waiting for housing we can afford. For real this time. Mom says we move up the list like it's a ladder. She turns her papers in on time, marched up all the right steps, knocks on all the right doors, and we're waiting as she says the word. But it never seems to come. Our caseworker tells us over and over again that we've been right. You're not a bum, you don't stink, this is not forever. All I think is, if it's not forever, does it have to be now? How are your saints doing? Mom asked, pouring water from the kettle for her tea. How about Daddy she can't let go of? She watched it sit and steam. When it's ready, she motions the sound across in his memory. Forehead, heart, and shoulders. She closes her eyes and takes her first sip. Hope it matters. I hope the love finds its way to heaven. To him. I turn my attention to the windowsill where my greenhouse sits. We've made a lot of greenhouses over the years, and this is one of the best. It's made up into a cube of old window panes, and the roof latches with fasteners Mom nailed down. I open them careful like a present, but the wrapping's so nice it almost doesn't matter what's inside. My seeds are in tiny rows, and I can't wait to harvest the spinach and the lettuce when the leaves sprout up. We haven't had much luck growing things in the past. If the seeds stay hidden or we get one curling green line shoot up and fall up. But it's March now and spring is the first. This spring we've got all kinds of things. Kinds of something sprouting in two small leaves from each stalk. They're like the wings of a little bird, the way little kids draw them sometimes. A bird that looks like the letter V, leaves. True leaves, Mom reminds me, the way Daddy used to. True leaves, I repeat. True leaves are what you call the first leaves up. Like we can't believe them until they sprout. Like until then, it's all been a lie. But I know you can only grow things if you have faith in them from the very beginning. Alright, that's chapter 1. Let me see how long it took us to read chapter 1, just so I have an idea of how long it'll take us to read every day. So it took us almost 12 minutes to read that. So I have an idea. I'm just going to write down what page we're on. So we need to go to page 10 for chapter 2. Let me get a bookmark. I don't know why I'm using it here. I can even find it. I got one now. I have to find one on my desk. So y'all, hope y'all enjoy.